What is up, guys? Welcome to the Mew Division Power Rankings. I am joined here with Tom,
Hello, hello.
the Season 1 champion. And we're going to be going over every single team in the Mew Division. And not necessarily ranking them, but like putting them into a certain tier of where we think they are placed based on how good their team is. That is all correct, right, Tom?
That is all correct.
Indeed. So the first team we have is that one guy's team of Terrapagagos. Terrapagagos. Is that how you say it?
To rap a ghost.
Terrapagos. Roaring Moon, Iron Treads, Pheasantipity, Wu-Chan, Swampert, Hooper, Frostmouth, Moltres, Zeb Striker, and Harry Alma as the Z captains as Wu-Chan and Frostmouth. Wu-Chan has Terra Dark, Poison, and Water, and Frostmouth has Ice, Water, and Electric. What did you think of this team, Tom?
So do you want to start by like putting it in the tier, or do you want to talk about it first and then put it in the tier after?
We can talk about first. So like initial thoughts when we looked at it, and then
Initial thoughts. This team is quite fighting weak, so I thought that a fighting type with coverage can be quite tough for this team. Doesn't have spikes, but he has good rockers. He's got two of the best rapid spinners in the game. However, rapid spin being the only removal could be tough if the other team has a good ghost type or a mon like Goldengo. Oh, no one talking about that blocks. You know what I mean? Yeah, spin blocker.
yeah,
So they were my initial thoughts. He doesn't really have a fast breaker outside of Roaring Moon, which I think this team could benefit from another fast breaker.
yeah. I think a special one would be good. Like Hooper's really the special breaker here, and it's not that fast.
Yeah. Cooper probably could have benefited from Terra, but I do see where he was going with his Terra captains.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think they're
agree.
bad.
Something that someone else told me was that Frostmoth should have got the Terra Ground to go against those steel types.
Yeah. I do see where he was going with the ice, water, electric.
Yeah, I
don't
see it
think
as
they're
well. Like
bad.
electric is good for the opposing water types,
Yeah.
and I don't know exactly what water is here for, but it's a bulky type.
And seeing as though his team doesn't have an electric type anyway, it's probably not bad to have one as a
It's
Terra
got some
option.
striker.
Well, yeah. I don't know how often Zeb Striker comes.
No idea, but he's got something. Yeah,
Yeah, I had this team
Swampert's
in.
really the only reliable stealth rocker here, I think. Like Iron Treads has it, but you wouldn't see it really on it.
Yeah, Iron Tread sort of has a role here as a spinner, and then
Yeah.
dual stab, maybe Volt Switch or Rocks, depending on the matchup. Swampert would probably be the most reliable rocker.
Yeah. They have some interesting setup sweepers here with Hooper, Frostmoth, and the Roaring Moon.
Yeah, he could probably benefit with a screener. I don't know about Fez, but does Fez get screens?
Who's Fez? Oh, Pheasantipity?
Pheasantipity?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Sadly, Terrapagagos might though. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, but I wouldn't really want to be running screens on Rapidates. Can do so much more.
Yeah, it could. I've never seen it in action before, but I heard that it gets
No,
good coverage.
neither. Yeah. No, I'm excited to see what he does with it.
Yeah. So, what rating did we come up with this? And by
I
B,
had it in B, like high B.
B. Okay. So, quite a few changes could be made, like housing control. Okay.
I just think the biggest downside of this team is the breakup potential. Like
Yeah.
Roaring Moon's really kind of having to carry on the offense.
Yeah, it really is. It's gonna be trying to depend on it as the speed, as the offense. They might even be more reliable on treads trying to do stuff. Or the Hooper as true scarf.
Yeah, but then Hooper's kind of like without Terra, it's kind of locked in the scarf to really be doing much breaking. I think Terra Fury on Hooper could have been great.
Yeah, probably could, yeah. Against those dark types.
Yep, would also help for his. I mean, Hooper's great on this team to help with his fighting type weakness, but lots of fighting types get dark coverage, so it's not going to be too much help with that 4 times weakness.
Also, the typing calls here are very interestingly weird. Like Roaring Moon and Treads together, that's really good, but then Pheasantipity is the fairy type. I don't know about that.
Well, it is good in a way because it 4 times resist fighting, which is what they're both weak to. So I can see that. It's just that there isn't enough offense to sort of back it up.
Yeah. And then the grass, water, and fire type core is much more on the low end of the budget. And two of them are like their bulky Pokemon, and then Moltres is just there. I don't know what he's doing.
Swampert and Moltres are good. Like he's got the spin support to back Moltres. I don't know anything about Woching. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how that one does.
Yeah, it's a bulky Pokemon.
Yeah.
Lead seed and stuff. It's pretty damn interesting, but okay, that one guy. Hope you're happy with your B. We can move forward to Starry, who has a Gouging Fire, Screamtail, Skarmory, Blastoise, Spectria, Meowscarada, Lucario, Grafaiai, Oricorio, Dracloak, and Sandaconda, with the terrors of Lucario of Fighting, Normal, and Flying, and Oricorio with Water, Flying, and I think that's Ground.
Yes.
Looks like a Ground.
Yes, that's Ground.
This is quite an interesting team. I don't see like what the pattern was, what the synergy was trying to go for here.
Yeah.
Meowscarada
Off
all the way
bat,
down
I
that
can
low.
say, oh yeah, Meowscarada. What's that?
Meowscarada and Spectria down that low is wild. Picking Screamtail, Skarmory, and Blastoise before those two.
Well, he's got a very good Fairy Dragon Steel core.
Yeah, it is.
As well as Water, Fire, Grass, even as well. I like his cores here. He's got breaking potential. Is Spectre, Meowscarada, Gouging Fire, great defense in Screamtail and Skarmory. It's more just the bottom half of the list. Terra Oricorio, I think, is a great pick, but I don't really see what Sandaconda's doing here since he doesn't really have anything that benefits from Sandspit.
Yeah, I think he just got it because he wanted like an electric resist or something.
Yeah.
Electric immunity. Scavenger ground type, I guess. I don't know that. That's weird. I also don't know what Dracula's doing here since he already had a dragon and a ghost type. So he already
we know he loves to draft Dracloak.
That's
For
why he
one
got
point,
it.
I saw it. Yeah, he's had it. I think it's his number one most drafted Mon.
Wow, man just likes his Dracloak.
Yeah.
This guy. Okay. Does he only have one hazard removal? Is it only the freaking Blastoise?
No, he's got Defog and Skarmory and Spin.
Oh, okay. I forget Skarmory gets Defog.
I don't know if Oricorio gets Defog or not.
I don't believe so.
Yeah. He's got good removal. He's got good setting. Meowscarada, Skarmory, Screamtail gets rocks right.
Yeah.
He's got great hazards. Great hazard and good enough removal.
Yeah, he's got ground poison as well.
Yeah, I had this in the A rank.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see the 8 here.
I just think he's got great cores, great sweeping potential.
Good
Gouging
speed
Fire
test
will
as well.
Yeah. Great Terra and Oricorio.
Yeah, I also think Lucario with that Terra is really going to help it out.
Yeah, I could see this being low S, high A. I do think it's a great team. It's just the last two picks for me. I feel could have been better.
Yeah.
Not sure though. I do think it's a great team.
Okay. Well, Starry, enjoy your A. That could possibly be an S. It's a good team.
It's debatable.
It's debatable, sir. Okay, we can move forward. Would you like to say this next team?
Sure. So the next team is Wills. He has Dragapult, Blaziken, Enamorous Incarnate, Rotom Wash, Crocodile, Slugma, Bishop, Feraligatr, Shaman, Lurantis, and Metang.
Indeed. His Terras is Lurantis.
Oh, his Terra, so Lurantis with Grass Fairy Fighting and Feraligatr with Water Dragon Dark.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about this team since I think like other people drafted it.
It is hard to say much about this team because he's made transactions that aren't effective until week 2. But what I can say is his top 3, Dragapult, Blaziken, and Enamorous, are very threatening.
Everything up to like Crocodile is threatening.
Yeah.
I don't know there's a Feraligatr and a Shaman, which are both pretty solid. A Bishop is a good steel type. I don't know about the Slugma.
Well, he dropped it. I think he traded I don't know what the transactions are. But yeah, so if we're going off this current ranking of the team, I had it in B. But like as I said, he has made transactions that will greatly affect his team. So I think this could be an A team.
Oh, he has made transactions.
Yeah. but he made them after Grace, so they won't be effective until
Oh,
week 2.
so
Unfortunately, he wasn't around for Grace and missed it.
okay, I made some interesting changes. But this team right here, where'd you place this?
I had it currently in B, but after his transactions, I do think it could be an A rank team. But if we're just ranking what's in front of us right now, B.
Yeah, I think what's in front of us right now, like it isn't terrible, but
No, it's not.
It doesn't have a hazard removal, and
no hazard removal is not good.
it's very weird put together team right here. Yeah, it's got the double water types, double grass types, got a weird little slugma thing.
Yeah, I think they just threw Slugma on as an anything pick.
Yeah, but it's just vibing on here, okay? Then he had to get traded.
Yeah.
That's some mad disrespect to us, Slugma. I hope he kept it for Alligator, though. I like that Pokemon.
I'm not sure. I haven't checked.
Damn. Well, you better have kept it.
Alligator with Terra could be pretty good.
Yeah, I will know.
I'll let you take the lead for the next one.
Well, the next one. We have Tom. Well, was that you?
It is me.
Well, Tom has a Zama Center crown, a Primarina, Latias, Encino, Mandibuzz, Sandy Sharks, Vileplume, Cleaver, Hisuian Typhlosion, Lapras, and Thwackey. Cincino has the Terra with normal, Ghost, and Fire, while Vileplume is Poison, Flying, and Water.
That's a steal.
That's a steal, bro. I get that mixed up. Yeah, I had to write all the stuff about this and rank this team myself. So, but I swear, you got a strong Dragon Fairy Steel Core. They're all very good wall breakers. The Firegrass Water Core is more on the low budget side, but it has their value. Vileplume and Hisuian Typhlosion are both good special offensive Pokemon. You know, the team has 2 hazard removal and 2 hazard setters and 3 hazard removal. Although Cleaver can't play both, so if you just ran Cleaver one game, you got both in your pocket. You know, the team has 3 Pokemon within the 110 plus speed tier, and I didn't really say what the Wacky was doing here, but you did tell me, so it made my eyes wide and open.
Fuck, he's got an important role, especially for the Ramps team, the Electric Terrain team.
You gotta be prepared against that. And my suggestion at the end was that you added a bulky Stealth Rock setter just because your 2 current ones were more on the offensive side. And you could add a T-Spiker to help out with those bigger wall breakers that you got. But overall, the team was very good. Well, looking at it, it looks very good.
Thank you.
How about you run down, your team yourself?
Oh, I'm very happy with my team. I mostly just drafted mons I wanted to use. And then when you sort of get to the end, it was sort of kind of counter drafting. But I'm excited to use my Terra Captains in Chinchino and Vileplume. And yeah, that's all I've really got to say. I don't think I'm going to make any changes to it. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think it is the best team there, but it's got a lot of mons I'm excited to use.
Yeah, things like Cincino and Vileplume are very interesting, I think.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with them in practice, so...
Yeah,
that's really all I've got to say about it.
Bulky monster.
Yeah, I know. I've never used Zama before, so it's my first time using it. And I wanted to grab something new, but first pick came to me, Zama was still on the board, so I thought it'd be rude not to. I grabbed him.
And to note, you also have a grounded poison type and a spin blocker.
Yes.
You got some good stuff, man. You got some interesting stuff. You also have a Pokemon with the move Reflect type, so I hope you bring that.
Who gets that, Lati?
Yeah, Latias.
Yeah.
I saw it once in an A-Drive YouTube video, and ever since I loved Reflect type Latias.
I'm not sure how viable. Maybe we'll see if I can cook.
Oh, Tom's gonna cook, baby. Tom, you gotta cook for us, okay?
So go ahead and put me in D rank.
Oh yes, Tom, you're getting the A ranking, my dude. I was actually debating between A and S, but I thought my suggestions were things that I really was looking out for. You know?
I do agree. I agree with the A rank. I think there's a few teams here that are significantly better. But as I said, I just drafted stuff that I was more looking forward to use.
Yeah.
I've never used a single mon I've drafted before. They're all new to me.
Oh
So
my.
yeah, I haven't used a single one. So
I was
that's what I was
surprised
aiming
how
for.
early you picked the Primarina.
Well, I wanted a good fairy, and the other like decent fairies in Sylveon, like I'd used. So Primarina sort of stuck out to me, and I had a good feeling that Starry was going to want to pair it with Gouging Fire, being a fairy water and fire dragon. So I grabbed it as quick as I could.
Good, looking out for the future draft picks. That could have
That's
happened.
it.
Very wise. Well, would you like to go over the next person's team? That is King
So the
Dozo.
next King Dozo, he has Latios, Corviknight, Tinglu, Comfy, Vaporeon, Sneasler, Cryogonal, Suin, Arcanine, Indeedee, Pikachu, and Sinistcha. With Sinistcha being Terra, Fire, Ghost, and Fairy, and Cryogonal being Terra, Electric. Is that Electric, Ice,
Yeah.
Steel?
That is correct. Look at this interesting team that has slightly psychic terrain support for that Sneasler, but isn't like fully trying to go on the terrain side. Doesn't have like a Hawlucha or anything.
The Latios under Psychic Terrain will be a threat.
Yeah, does it get like expanding force?
I'd say so. But even like it boosts all psychic moves, correct?
Yeah, they all get a boost in
So
this terrain.
yeah, so Luster Purge from Latios is going to hurt.
Indeed, well, something that I should have looked out for actually is that the psychic terrain stops the priority moves. But actually, King Dozo doesn't have any Pokemon with priority moves, I don't believe.
Well, he's got Fake Out Sneasler, but he doesn't need it when he's got terrain.
He's got the Arcanine
like
with extreme speed as well.
Extreme speed Arcanine as well, yeah. Fake Out on Pikachu, but like again, it's not really like majorly going to hinder him.
Yeah, it's not like he's got a scissor or something that's hurting him. From running that kind of stuff. Corviknight and Tinglu on the same team is fucking scary.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm happy that I'm not in this.
I don't remember what I put King Dozo. Okay.
King Dozo. Yeah, what'd you say about him?
So I say he's got a very solid Fairy Dragon Steel and Water Fairy. Sorry, Fairy Dragon Steel and Water Fire Grass Core. I love the Terra Sinistra. I'm a big fan of that one. I think it's really good. Calm Mind Strength sets are really good. What else did I have? As I said, another hazard setter outside of Tinglu would be nice. I know Arcanine gets rocks, but it is way better as a physical breaker rather than a hazard setter. And that's about all I had. I really like this team. I'm not too sure about Terra Cryogonal. I've used Cryogonal before, and I don't think it's very good. But if he pulls it off, he pulls it off.
Yeah, Cryogonal is a very limited Pokemon. It's only got a few things that it can really do, which is like hazard removal and then
good
screen setup.
It can spin, but I just personally didn't find much success with it.
Yeah.
Corviknight will almost always be coming as your main form of removal, which doesn't really pair too well with Tinglu. I think a better spinner would have been nice, but this is, it's a very good team.
Yeah, I agree. It's Corviknight Tinglu is crazy, full stop. But then you add another Vaporeon with Wish. That's just crazy.
You've got Comfy with priority draining Kiss, priority Giga Drain.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And still the good offensive threats like the Latios, Sneasler, and
Latios, Arcanine. Yeah, he's got good breakers there.
And solid boat with
Pikachu would be
Sinistcha. Pikachu, my dude.
Pikachu could be a threat. Light Ball.
Bro, he's a bigger threat than Cryogonal.
Yeah.
Put on that light ball. Man's vibing.
I think this team is like high A.
Yeah, I agree. It looks very scary. It looks like it could do some scary stuff. I'd be scared of it. Are you ready for the next team now? Well, we all know it. It's all of our bosses. The guy you're watching this YouTube video on. Vortex 23! Okay, Vortex has an Annihilate, Iron Bundle, Deoxys Defense, Hisuian Gudra, Colossal, Torterra, Salazzle, Regieleki, Zoroark, Braviary, Dash Fun is the last Pokemon. They have Torterra with Ground, Water, and Rock, and Terra Colossal with Fire, Water, and Grass. What'd you think of Vortex's team with time?
I think it's scary. I think the Iron Bundle Annihilate is very threatening. Iron Bundle, especially for my team, that I'm looking at it that way. I think Deoxy's defense for 13 points was a bit of a steal. I think it pairs very nicely with Bundle as a slow pivot. Colossal is a nice terror with spin. Same with Torterra. We've all seen, or if you watched Poke Game, we've all seen how good Torterra can be. As for the rest, I've used Suing Gudra in the past. I think it's incredible. Salazzle is nice. Corrosion, fast fire, poison. I like that. Regieleki, I've never used it, but I think it's good. Zorak, I think, would be really nice paired with Annihilate, especially if you can sort of do some tricks there and get maybe like a free bulk up off. Annihilate can be very threatening. Dashbond, standard Wish Passer. We all know what Dashbond does. It'll go nicely with Annihilate, but even mods like Hooja that don't really have recovery. Yeah, I really like this team.
Yeah, I really like it too. I thought that it was like super top heavy when I first saw it, but then I actually like talked to Vortex, which is the advantage that nobody else has. Talking to the guys that are doing the pick'ems to explain why they're doing stuff, you know?
Yeah, no, his low picks definitely have value.
Yeah, like the Braviary, it can do some stuff. Zora can disguise those things. Regieleki's got the speed tier. Little can't Terra in this. It's still got the speed tier and the ability to do like rapid spin and screens.
Yeah, spin and fast screens for Bundle, Annihilate. Like it can pivot as well. It's definitely got value.
Yeah. Salazzle with nasty pluck. He'll be very interesting.
Yeah, and just being able to toxic, stuff like steel types that we got Corviknight, Myzama, Skarmory, just being able to toxic steel and poison types would be very valuable as well. So
yeah,
I like Salazzle.
I've seen Vortex use a Colossal before in one of my draft leagues, and he was doing very good with it.
Yeah, it's a great one. Good hazards.
Well, yeah, Suing Gudra, one of the most bulkiest Pokemon in the bloody world.
Yeah,
and then he also has a Deoxys defense with it, which is absolutely crazy. Like the top 4 Pokemon that Vortex has is wild. Why did anyone allow this? Vortex, why did you allow yourself this?
Yeah, it's very threatening.
Yeah, that's.
I don't think we missed anything.
My only worry would be that it might be a little on the slower side. I don't know what the speed tiers are actually, but.
Well, he's got. I'm just going off the top of my head. I think Zorak is 110. Bundle is like 125, around that. Lazzle, I think, is like 113, 115. So I don't know what Braviary is. I think his speed tier is.
Braviary is around 80.
Is it only 80? Oh, it's slower than I thought it was.
Yeah, around 80 something.
But then, after Zorok, I think I think Dashbund's actually like 95. It's a lot faster than it looks.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just thinking like on the offensive speedy side. Like things can just come on. Like Bundle looks like the biggest. Maybe Salazzle was the second. Just
on his speedy offense will sort of be relying on Bundle.
But yeah, none of his fast Pokemon are like physical fast.
No,
they're all special.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's true.
Might be the only downside.
Probably, but like again, this team, like I think it's got so much defensively that it can get Pokemon like Annihilate in. It can get Bundle in. It can get them in nice. And I like this team. I'm not looking forward to prepping against.
Like Deoxys defense with Teleport.
Yeah, Teleport's great.
Crazy. Into a Bundle.
I think it probably should have been worth more than 13. It's got recovery, got teleport. I believe it has like knockoff. It's got Thunder Wave support. It can do a lot. It can also just hit you with a Psycho boost if it wants to. It's a great one.
Yeah, Vortex totally purposely left it in 13 to draft it.
Well, it didn't even pick it up until Grace. So,
oh damn.
Yeah, it went past all of us.
Oh my god, y'all left it till Grace.
Yeah, I think like half of his team he picked up in Grace. He picked up Annihilate, I believe. I'm not exactly sure. I think, yeah.
God damn, y'all let Annihilate go by?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay, where did you rank Vortex?
I had Vortexes. I was tossing up between either high A or low S. But I think, personally, like the way I'm looking at it, I think it's a great team. And I think like a low S is a good spot for it.
Okay, Vortex. I think he's our first S.
Yeah, so far.
That we have said. Okay, the next team we have is Ursel. Would you like to go through this team?
Sure. So Ursel has Darkrai, Rillaboom, Jirachi, Enamorous Terrian, Rotom Heat, Tentacruel, Guja, Hitmonchan, Drifblim, Gabite, and Garganacl, with Tentacruel as Terra Grass, Water, and Fire, and Drifblim with Ice, Flying, and Stellar. So our first Terra Stellar.
First Terra Stella. It's very interesting to put it on the Drifblim.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what I personally don't really see the benefit of Terra Stellar, but if Ursula sees something I don't, then go for it.
Yeah, I only see the benefit if it's a Pokemon with Contrary. That
Yeah.
gets the boost after.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean they might prove us wrong and like maybe it'll be great against all of our Terramons, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're cooking there.
Interesting stuff. I like the Drifloon paired with the grassy terrain on the Rillaboom.
Yes, no, but like that's really all he's kind of got to benefit
Yeah.
with the terrain.
That's the only real synergy here with this team.
Yeah. For 15 points, I don't really think Rillaboom fits too greatly with this team. Like, but an Amorous Terrian is your fairy type, which is a key type in any matchup, and it's not even grounded, so it won't benefit from terrain. And seeing as though draining Kiss is its best way of recovery, it really could use recovery, but it won't benefit. Rotom Heat won't benefit. Mons like Jirachi, Tentacruel, and Garganacl do benefit from it in a way that it weakens Earthquake, but I just personally don't think for 15 points Rillaboom really fits too greatly here.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it fits that greatly.
Like Rillaboom is a great mon on its own, like it's a great physical breaker, but
Also, this,
just think,
this entire team overall doesn't got like huge offensive threats. It's mostly defensive.
Yeah, it's a very defensive oriented team. Jirachi can be a nuisance and run like Scarf Flinch sets or Para Flinch, but when I use Jirachi, I mostly use it as a rocker and a wish passer. I think that's where it sort of performs well. I also personally don't like running Scarf Flinch sets. I love Tentacruel. If Primarina got sniped from me, I planned on grabbing Tentacruel. I think it's a great spinner, good defensive typing. It's got Flip Turn, Toxic Spikes. I love that. But yeah, as you mentioned, the offense on this team kind of lacks a little outside of Darkrai and Rillaboom.
Yeah, outside of those first
Even
two
then,
picks.
Darkrai is very sort of one-dimensional.
Yeah, Darkrai is very one-dimensional, and Rillaboom is slow and needs a Grassy Glide.
Yeah, and the Grassy Glide got nerfed to 55.
Wait, it did?
Base.
25?
55, 20, no.
Oh my.
55. 55, I believe.
I thought you said 25.
I don't know what it was before. I think it was 70, and now it's 55. So it's not the best priority now. I think it's like they don't even recommend it in its set anymore. It's down and they're usually useless. At least it is for Thwacky. I'm not sure for Rillaboom. Yeah, that's all I've really got to say for this team. The speed tiers could use a little bit of work as well.
Yeah, they definitely could. Definitely.
Okay.
Darkrai is so much faster than everything else.
Yeah, it goes Darkrai, and then I think the next fastest are Jirachi and Tentacruel at 100. I'm not sure if any get faster than that, just off the top of my head.
I don't believe so. Yeah, no. All the other ones are below 100.
I believe so, yeah. See, I had this team at C.
C.
Personally, just my opinion.
I think they get an F.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think just some work in the offense could really benefit this team.
Yeah. Are they a stall player or something?
Well, I mean, the only really stall option you have here is Garg. Like, I mean, you can run toxic sets, but nothing else really. I love Enamorous Terrier, and I've used that to great succession. I think it's a great mon. I love Jirachi, I love Tentacruel, but I just, some other mons I feel like could benefit substituting for some offense.
Yeah. Maybe.
Should we move on to Tam?
You want to move on to Tam now?
Tam?
I see. Okay, Tam's got the Rain Squad in Pelipper, Raging Bolt, Hatterene, Tornadus, Ethereum, Sizzle, Barrascuda, Overcool, Arcalegion, Arculon. I don't know how to say it. Arcaludon. Okay, Carbink, Ludicolo, and Lantern. The Terras is Barrascuda with Water, Fighting, and Flying, and Ludicolo with Water, Ground, and Grass. This is an interesting rain team here.
Yeah. I love this team outside of one thing. To me, what stands out is Sizor is the only form of hazard removal, and it's the only fairy resist, so it sort of has a big role.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, outside of that, it's a very threatening team.
It does look pretty damn threatening. Although Carblink's the only stealth rock setter, but I don't know how
Yeah, well,
often people run that
he's
in
got
rain.
spikes in Overquill. He's got hazards in Overquill. Yeah, the hazards and the hazard removal are sort of what set this team back a little bit. But I think offensively, it's got a lot of threats. The Terra Barrascuda, Tornadus in rain, Raging Bolt in rain, Upperluton in rain. Defensively as well, there's a lot of threats here.
What do you think Hattereen's here for? Because their team isn't that slow, so it doesn't really need it.
I'm not sure. It's probably just the lack of fairy options. It's the only reason it stands out to me, because yeah, this format has like maybe 6 decent fairies.
Damn.
That's why I grabbed mine round 2.
Yeah, you want to bite them all up.
Mm-hmm.
Bite them all up. Raging Bolt and Archellegion, Archidon. I don't freaking know his name.
Caledon.
Yeah, it's very interesting to get in 2 of those dragon types on the same team.
Yeah, but they both sort of have different weaknesses and offensive benefits. I don't think it's a bad thing. The only issue is that Sizor is the only fairy resist. I mean, a Caledon is neutral, I suppose.
Yeah, and so is Overquill.
Yeah, a fairy type with ground coverage can be pretty nice against this team. I am excited for the Terra Barrascuda in the rain. I think that will be a big threat. Yeah, that's all I've really got to say for this one.
I mean, rain teams are like pretty one-dimensional. Like, you know what a rain team's gonna look like most of the time.
You do, but like there are mons here that like don't need it. Like you can, like Barrascuda is fast enough without rain. Overquill, you can run in bulky Intimidate sets. Tornadus Terrian doesn't need it. It can run Bleakwind Storm. Like I do think like what I like about this team is like it's good in rain, but it's also good without. So I don't think it relies too heavily.
Yeah,
I think the only downside is the Sizor being the only.
That is a major downside. Like if you see your opponent running with lots of hazards, you're gonna have to bring your Scissor with Defog, which Scissor doesn't love running Defog because it's an offensive threat that likes running Sword Stance and Choice Bandits.
Yeah, it's sort of locked into a defensive role. Suggestion would be to swap Ludicolo or Lantern for a spinner. I'm not exactly sure who's left, but outside of that, I had this team in A rank.
Yeah, it's a solid team.
It's offensively, it's great. Yeah, that's all I really got to say for that one.
Okay, let's move on then to our Ramparter.
We can skip this one.
Wait. What do you mean try to skip it?
I think we all know what well, at least for me, I don't know if I'm looking at this differently, but I think this is easily the best team.
You think?
I think so.
Looks pretty damn good, yeah.
Yeah.
Any team with Iron Valiant is just banger. Like, Iron Valiant is probably one of my favorite Pokemon because it's a physical and a special attacker with great speed stat and an amazing coverage.
So should we read his team? His team is Iron Valiant. Well, this is Rampardos' team. I don't know if you mentioned that. He's got Iron Valiant, Toxapex, Gliscor, Cyclizar, Iron Boulder, Brambleghast, Iron Jugulus, Pincurchin, Orthworm, Typhlosion, Espeon. Typhlosion's Terra Fire, Fairy Grass, and Espeon's Terra Psychic, Fairy, and Electric.
Yeah, an absolute crazy team. I mean...
Yeah, he's the Demon Electric Terrain team. He's got Valiant and Boulder as your physical special sweepers. Valiant can be mixed. He's got Jugulus as well.
The great thing is it's not just electric terrain though. Like you can run so many of these Pokemon by themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could just not bring Pincurchin and this team will be great.
You couldn't. Yeah, exactly. And you know, if you've got a matchup where you kind of need the boost on Valiant or Boulder, or you bring Pincurchin, and there you go.
Yeah, so like if you see a specific matchup where like Iron Jugulus or any of the Pokemon you just mentioned does really well and needs the speed set to just boost him up against a certain other Pokemon, like if Iron Valiant needs to outspeed Zamazenta on your side or something, you
Another thing I really like, a big thing I really like on this team is like his main defense is really Toxapex, Gliscor, Orthworm, and none of them can be poisoned. Like outside of Vortex's Salazzle, which will probably come very handy here, but Toxapex is part poison. Gliscor has poison heal and Orthworm steel, so like you can't really break his defense with Toxic. You got to be relying heavily on your breakers to do so.
Is it just a coincidence that he got the 2 Pokemon that learn Shed Tao but aren't able to use them?
Possibly, possibly.
Man just decided, yeah, let's say we just like Cycle Star and Earthlam, no one will mention it.
I also think Espeon is a great Terra.
Yeah,
So,
Espeon.
yeah.
Espeon with the Terra is going to be pretty interesting.
He's got Spin, Cyclezar, Bramblegast. I think that's his only removal. I don't know if Juggler gets
No, it
defog.
doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't. But even then, 2 spinners is fine.
Yeah, that has its setup as well. Toxapex with the T-Spikes, Gliscor with the spikes and the Stealth Rocks. Pincurchin gets spikes. Earthworm gets probably something.
Bramblegast gets spikes, I believe.
Yeah, he also gets spikes. It's crazy.
It's a great team. Yeah. I don't know how we've let him get away with it. I blame Starry for giving him Boulder.
You're what?
Starry traded him Iron Boulder after he already had Iron Valiant and Pincurchin. But that's the game, I suppose.
That's the game.
Yeah, it's easy S rank for me.
Easy S rank. Bro, you named it SS in the notes. What do you mean?
I had it as SS plus, I think, in the notes.
Bro has triple S.
S is our highest rank, so that's where it's going.
Damn. Okay. We're moving on now to Toad, who has a Dragonite, Hisuian Samurai, Iron Moth, Sylveon, King Gambit, Zapdos Galarian, Tisserina, which actually equals Serena, Quagsire, Knucklesash, Charjabug, and Sableye. The Terra Captains are the Quagsire with Terra, Water, Poison, and Fairy, and the Knucklestack with Rock, Water, and Fairy. What do you think of this team, Tom?
Well, Toad is my week 1 opponent, so I've been breaking down his team a little bit.
Ooh.
The biggest notable, I guess you could say, is Serena being the only removal. I actually didn't check if Galarian Zapdos gets defog. I don't know if it does.
Wait, who did you think was the... No, Zapdos doesn't get defog. Who did you think was the hazard removal?
So it's just Serena.
Yeah, just Serena.
Yeah, so that's sort of the biggest notable issue, I guess. But his team's, he's got like probably one of the best special breakers in the game in Iron Moth. Setup sweepers in Dragonite. He's got probably the best spike setter in the game with Hisuian Samurai. Great Wish Passer Sylveon. Quagsire is a great Terra. Knucklestack is a great Terra. Charjabug is a great budget Pokemon. Gives you webs, could either that bulk. He's got support and Sableye, screen support, Willow support. Another thing is the speed tiers aren't the greatest. I think it goes Iron Moth, and then after Iron Moth, I'm not sure.
Zapdos.
Maybe Zapdos or Dragonite. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, Iron Moth is the only one that breaks 100 base speed, which isn't the greatest. I don't think there's a Trick Room setter.
Sableye, I think.
Right, Sableye you could do Trick Room. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say.
Yeah, I think this is a solid team. I don't know exact. I'm not in the deck thing right now, but I think it would probably be like a low B.
I don't know about low B. I'd probably say high B. I think just another form of removal would be good, as well as maybe another some faster mons. But like defensively, everything's there outside of removal. He's essentially guaranteed a grounded poison every matchup with Iron Moth. Yeah, that's all I've really got to say. Oh, he's also got like every hazard possible, I think, with does anything get spikes? Oh yeah, Samurai. Webs, rocks, it's got
spikes,
yeah, great hazards. I think just the removal, like Serena's kind of sort of almost locked in, like unless you want to run boots.
Yeah, I think I would change my rating now, actually. Like the top mons, they're really scary.
Yeah, I don't think, I think I have a low A, high B is like, good. Like
every single Pokemon from Dragonite to Quagsire, like I see the potential.
Offensively,
I see the greatness,
Yeah, he's got like Galarian Zapdos is a great breaker, Dragonite's a great breaker, Iron Moth is a great breaker, Samurai.
There's not much defense in those top mons though. That's probably why they got the Quagsire down there.
Yeah, his bottom 4 is all you really need with Sylveon. Samurai AV sets work. I just think the biggest thing is like Serena's almost locked in. And like again, unless you want to run boots, like and especially with like something like Dragonite, you kind of want good removal, so he's not forced into boots to keep his multi-scale.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's also got that Iron Moth, which
Yeah,
brings
like
heavy duty boots lots of the time. And
yeah,
you would
it's
like
like
to run booster energy, wouldn't you?
yeah, yeah. So his main offense is both weak to rocks, and he's only got Serena. I recommended tearing the Serena. I can understand why he's terrored the Quagsire and say Quagsire and Knuckle Stack, but I just feel like Serena's kind of locked into an important role here.
Certainly
Yeah,
interesting.
that's all I got to say.
Okay.
What would you reckon? You still think low B?
Nah, I'd change it, but it's probably just a B. You could just stay a B.
Yeah.
Good vibe there. Okay. We can move forward now to C Prime. What does he got, Tom?
Yeah, so C Prime has the Alolan Ninetales, Ogerpon, Wellspring, Goldenga, Kyurem, Mesprit, Terra Jolteon, Terra Mesprit as well, Vullaby, Ariados, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Alolan Sandslash, and Incineroar. Mesprit is Terra Electric, Psychic Fairy, and Jolteon is Terra Grass, Electric Flying.
This is a Snow Squad, and it is very weird.
It is a little different. He's got like, Alolan Ninetales and Kyurem is great. Like it's not Baxcalibur, but it essentially do the same thing, except it can also be special if you want to run a special breaker. So I think that's where Kyurem sort of has a benefit over Baxcalibur. Just look at it now. I said he has great offensive threats, but defensively this team kind of relies on Veil. Like your defensive switches, there's I guess Vullaby, Mesprit.
It relies on Veil and Intimidates from Incineroar.
Incineroar, yeah. Like rocks can sort of, weaken Vullaby down, which to the point where it's not going to be, because it's locked into Eviolite. It's if it's taking rocks damage and a hit every time you switch in, it probably won't last too long.
Yeah, what is that? What is the hazard removal here?
It's Sandslash and is that it? Vullaby. Sandslash and Vullaby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not super reliable.
Yeah, defensively I think that's where this team kind of falls off. Like Goldengo, Kyurem, Alolan Ninetales, Sandslash all go good together. Ogerpon's good, it fills in speed tiers, it gives you spikes.
Yeah, it gives you two typings that you wanted.
Yep. Water Absorb goes nicely with Ursaluna, I suppose, but I think the Ursaluna is sort of the thing that sticks out where, like, for 17 points, maybe, like, it doesn't fit
like,
too
you're
well.
going for this
like it's
icy
a great
team
one
with some interesting stuff, and then you add an Ursaluna, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, like, I'd see where he's, like, Ursaluna is a great special breaker. I considered picking it up myself.
I did say to them that I thought the Goldengo and the Ninetales set is so great since no one can defog away the Veil.
Yeah, it's great. It works super well with Kyurem, Sandslash. I just do think if he swapped Ursaluna, use that 17 points to maybe buff up some
buff
better
up
defensive
Vullaby and Ariados, like maybe even the Mesprit. Buff them up.
Mesprit's good. I think Mesprit with Terra is pretty nice. Jolteon's good, I suppose. I think if you could get like a better defensive mon outside of Vullaby that also has removal, because like it's very rock weak. Ninetales, Kyurem, Vullaby, like you essentially can't run boots on Vullaby otherwise. Incineroar too, Ariados. I did have this team in A, but looking at it a bit more, I feel like I gotta go B.
Yeah, let's bump him down.
Yeah. Sorry, C-Paul.
Sorry, C-Prime.
It's hard to like look at his top 4 and not put it in A just because of how threatening like they are alone. But like, defensively, his team sort of breaks down.
Yeah, so it does.
Puts it down to a B.
Okay, you ready? The last team?
Yep.
The final? We haven't gone for 50 minutes. This is crazy.
Wow.
The last team we got Froze with his weird Champao Flames team. He's got the Champao, Great Tusk, Welcome Wake, Rivaroom, Torkoal, Whimsicott, Necrozma, Bellybolt, Talonflame, Mischievous, and Greedon. The Terra captains are Rivaroom with Terra, Steel, Water, and Ground. and the Greedent with Terra, Normal, Fairy, and Fighting. Tom, what do you make of this weird team?
I think it's great. Like Tusk walking away in Sun. He's got Whimsicott in Sun. The power I don't really see. Like it doesn't benefit from the Sun, but like power's super frail anyway. Like chances are it's not taking flamethrowers or anything in the first place, but it could make a difference. Rever Room as well doesn't really like, but then again it can terror, and I think Rever Room is a great terror. With Shift Gear, he's got his removal. He's got two very reliable spinners.
Yeah, I think they're
really
two of my favorite spinners in the
Yeah.
Paldea decks.
Yeah. Necrozma can do a lot. I don't really have anything bad necessarily to say about this team. He's got great physical breakers in Champion Tusk. He's got Walking Wake on the special side. Whimsicott, it can do Prankster shenanigans, or it can be Chlorophyll. Belly Bolt, I don't really see what Belly Bolt's there for.
Yeah, I
the
don't see
Greedent
that
I
either.
love. I'm a big fan of Greedent. Probably a little bias, but I love it. I'd love to see what it does with Terra. I just think the top like 4-5 mons on this team are enough to put this at S rank.
I think he
Personally.
picked up Jim-Pal and Tusk, and then he realized that there was Sun left, so he picked up Walking Wake and then
Yeah.
Toko later.
Yep. I can't fault it. So I think he's got some great threats. He's got great hazards and removal. The bottom 4 are a bit how you going. I'm not exactly like
Also,
Talonflame
the
can be-
Whimsicott screens with Champow and Walking Wake, that shit is scary.
Yeah, and Whimsicott, they can even be offensive with Chlorophyll. I'm sure it gets Chlorophyll. I'm just going off the top of my head.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So I think this is S. I'd probably put it between ramps and vortexes. I think there are only S ranks. So
Yeah,
I
they
think
are.
as far as S ranks go, I'd say ramp throws vortex is a low S.
Okay.
That's really all I've got to say.
Wow.
I've never used Necrozma. I'm not too sure what it does. I'm heard it does a lot.
I have used it before, and yeah, it gets very wide different coverage. It gets Stealth Rocks as well. It can set up with like Whole Mine, and Iron
Yeah.
Defense sets. It's got Moonlight for recovery.
Can Whimsicott Wish Pass?
I don't think it learns Wish, but I'm not 100% sure. It could.
It could.
It could if it dreamed hard enough. We're doing our research. No, it does learn Wish.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't. There you go. Yeah.
Wait, oh god. Hold up. Whimsicott doesn't even get Reflect?
Really? Is it just light screen?
Yeah, what the?
There you go.
Man, Whimsicott, you sus. I don't like you anymore.
I still love Whimsicott.
I'm gonna be interested in the Tailwind sets, so hopefully he can boost up Great Test speed.
I don't really think you need Tailwind sets when you've got Sun. I think it'll be more of like maybe an annoying Sub-Leech Seed, Stun Spore kind of thing going on, or just like a Chlorophyll, maybe Specs, Moonblast Breaker.
That would be crazy.
It can on this team. It can do a lot of things. Why I like it.
Yeah, probably.
Probably
What do you think of the
probably could have
Talonflame?
benefited Talonflame. Yeah, Talonflame.
Like, what's he doing here?
I don't really Talonflame. Like you've got the Sun boosted Flare Blitz, but like then you're just going to be going down yourself in 2 hits. So I don't know. I guess it's got defog, right?
It doesn't need to have defog.
Yeah, I guess it can do that. Yeah, the bottom 4 like are a bit like
Questionable.
he'll bring them, and you're not going to really know what they're going to be there for. I think Whimsicott with Terra could have been cool, but he's got like Rever Room is a great Terra captain. So I don't really have anything else to say on this one.
Okay.
S rank.
When Purdy says they go, and we will be heading out soon.
So yeah,
Hopefully.
this is all just personal opinion. Don't take it to heart if you're not happy with your ranking, or if you think I'm wrong about ramp being the best.
If you think you're wrong, then he's not actually wrong, and you are wrong yourself, and you should change your team, boy.
No.
No, yeah, it's just your personal opinion. Like, me ranking Tom at a certain spot, it's personal opinion of what I think of his team, but he might think it's SS plus plus plus.
I certainly do not. I do not.
you know. But that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and like the video. It helps out Vortex a lot. He loves it. Okay. Also, make sure to share it to every single one of your friends, and make sure you actually link it to Tom in his DMs to remind him of the fabulous art he has made.
What? What are you talking about?
Don't worry. Say goodbye.
See ya.